Why buy stocks? The question is a good one. One, if you buy stocks, you'll have an asset that you can sell quickly to raise capital for something that you want to raise capital for. Two, the stocks may bring you in passive income if you buy dividend stocks that pay monthly or quarterly. Three, some places will allow you to borrow money against the stocks. If you have a broker, you can use the money from the broker to buy additional shares of stock. It's a way to leverage your money to buy more. It's called buying on margin, although I prefer not to buy on margin. If you buy on margin, if you believe a stock is going to go higher, and you buy on margin, you get 2 to 1. When the stock goes up $15 or $20 a share, you'll be able to have twice as much of a gain on half as much as money. Sorry about the dogs. So, why buy stock? Stocks can bring you in quarterly or monthly income. Number one. Number two, it's an asset that you can sell if you have a necessity that comes up right away. You can have cash in the bank. Okay, you can have $10,000 in the bank. I tried to do that today, it didn't work. You can have $10,000 in the bank. And inflation will take part of that money away from you. You can put it into a CD and tie up your capital and have small amount additional capital. Or if you buy a stock, that's a solid stock. Some solid stocks give you 7% dividend. Some solid stocks give you 11% dividend. Some will give you up to around 12.96 the last time I checked on one of them. So you can have a monthly income of 1% of the money that you put aside anyway. So if you have $100,000, you can have $1,000 a month income. If you have $1 million income, $1 million in stock, and it's that one of those 13%ers, you're going to have more than $10,000 a month come in as an income. How can you beat that? They say, well, that stock doesn't have to give you that same dividend every month. No. But if you diversify into enough different stocks, you won't be looking for that one stock to give you all of your income. There are a number of stocks that are paying 9, 10, 11, 12%. Have a good mix of all of them. Have a good mix of monthly and quarterly income. You can have money for your retirement that will grow in your retirement instead of shrink. Some people use 401ks and they sell a percentage of their stocks every year. That is insane to me. If you have a dividend producing stock, why sell it? If the stock isn't a dividend producing stock, why buy it? Yeah, I know. I have some quantum stock, that's supposed to be in computers, and maybe it's going to go way up in value, maybe it won't. But that's more like of a hedge against what I'm doing with the dividend producing stocks. So you can't put everything you believe into one basket. Now, if you're making $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000 a month in dividends on your stocks, there's nothing wrong with buying real estate. If you have $1 million or $10 million or $20 or $30 million in real estate, there's nothing wrong with buying stock. There's nothing wrong with being diversified. If you're into a multi-level corporation, that's another way to make money. But why not have stock? Why buy stock? As I said before, I had a problem with my dogs and I didn't have any cash on hand. So I liquidated $1,400 worth of my stock and took care of my dogs. An emergency comes up. If you've got $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in stock, and your engine blows out and you need $1,500 cash, you can sell enough stock to cover it. It's not really an insurance policy per se, but you can look at it as an insurance policy. It's not something that you want to sell to go out and buy food. Like, okay, I'm going to liquidate my stock so I can go out to dinner with my girlfriend. That's a poor use of your stock. Now, dividends, you can use some of your dividends to go out and eat with your girlfriend. If you're a girlfriend, or if you're a woman, you have a boyfriend, or whatever, your significant other, however you want to look at it. Anytime you want to take someone out to eat, try using dividends. It's up to you. But why stock? Why not? Why not have something that has value? Well, I can buy gold and I can buy silver, and they have value and they've never been zero. That's right. Nothing wrong with buying some gold and silver if that's what you want. Stock is a good way to diversify your income if it's a dividend producing stock. So buy the dividend producing stock. In my opinion, I'm buying dividend producing stock because I want to have more of a retirement income when I get older. I'm old enough and I want to have an income coming in. We don't know if Social Security will be there. We don't know if the stock will be there. We don't know what's going to come and what's not going to come. But being prepared is not a bad idea. And if you have enough money coming in on dividends producing stock, then you can buy some real estate if you want to buy real estate. You can invest into a business that has another income if that's what you want. But stock is just another way, a good store. For me, it's a good storehouse of wealth because I've used it when I've needed it. But then again, you have to make sure that the reason that you liquidate your stock is a valid reason. I've helped somebody before, an ex-girlfriend of mine. I liquidated too much of my stock just to help her. That was a bad use of stock. Don't do that. I've learned from my mistakes. So yes, why stock? Why should I buy stock? Why don't I buy a Maserati? I've made $100,000 in stock and I can buy a used Maserati. I'm going to pay $100,000 for it, $89,000 for it. Okay, you buy a brand new one, or you buy a used Maserati, you buy a used car. The value of that car, for the most part, that's not a classic, will go down. Classics raise in value, but how do you know you're going to get a classic? You don't. Stock can have the same value or greater value or lesser value in the years to come. Most of the time, stock is not worthless. Some stock could become worthless. So by diversifying into different stocks that have income, if you see down the road that stock is not going to have any more value, sell it. 50% of the time, 75% of the time, 90% of the time, I don't know what the percentage is, but the stock that you purchase usually won't go down before you can tell that it's in trouble. That's why some people short stock. That's a way that you can make money if you know that the value of the stock is going to go down. A lot of people talk to me about Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. I heard one person use the cryptocurrency now called Bitcoin to buy pizza. I guess he used 1 or 2 Bitcoin years and years and years ago to buy pizza. Now 1 Bitcoin is worth $50,000. That's an expensive pizza. But you don't know that you know that you know that you know that Bitcoin is going to go up. It has. You don't know that you know that you know that Dogecoin is going to go up. And it may. There are many, many cryptocurrencies. I guess Dogecoin is number 8. It's around 5 cents a piece right now. Okay. But there's over like $11 billion worth of Dogecoin out there. About $11 billion right now. That tells me there are a lot of nickels hanging around. Nickels. A lot of nickels are hanging around. in Dogecoin. Is it a good investment? It can be. We don't know if Dogecoin is going to go up or down. It may go up. If you want to spend $200 on Dogecoin and it goes up 1,000%, you made a lot of money. If you take if you want to be conservative and make sure that you have money, there are certain stocks that you can buy that will probably be around in the next 15 or 20 years as a store of value. It can be a chance to make money if you want to speculate. You can speculate. I've done that with quantum computer company. You can speculate a little bit. But stocks, for me, have a constant income coming in on a monthly basis and a quarterly basis. And the value usually stays about the same or goes up a little bit. 10 years ago, most of the stocks that you see now, their value has risen faster than inflation. That for itself would be considered a good investment. The stock market has a tendency to continually to rise and rise and rise over time. That's a good investment. In my opinion, at this time, I would put, and I have put, money into stocks. Why stocks? Because, like I said, number one, it can bring you money on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis. Two, it's a storehouse for value, meaning you can liquidate it at some time if you need it. Now, three, in general, most stocks have a tendency over time to rise in value. I looked at, I was buying Hawaiian Electric when it was like $19.50 or $19.75 or $19.25, or whatever it was 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's like $34. That beat inflation. Some stocks will drop in value. So buy a few shares and watch it if you want to. That's what I did. There was this one stock that continued to drop. I sold it. I can use that money more productively in my other stocks. Most stocks are a store of value that will go up. Not all stocks. If you go through NASDAQ, if you go through all the other stocks in the last 10 years ago, they're at one price, and now if they were here 10 years ago, they're most likely higher. Tesla, that's the car company. They were a much more inexpensive stock at one time, and now they raised through the roof. Certain stocks you can buy that are going to go raise through the roof. You don't know whether long-term Tesla is going to be good. If they're able to produce the cars that they want to, that might be a good investment. For me right now, I want ones that I have looked at over the years and found out that they are good stocks. The ones that I have listed already, I've known about. I've looked at them. To me, they're good stocks. That's why I own them. So why stocks? You want to diversify your income. When you get to be 65, 70 years old, if Social Security is still around, you could supplement your income with the dividends as long as they're still paying dividends and as long as the government doesn't decide to overtax the dividends. If the government has 100% tax on dividends, it's not worth buying a stock. If the government starts taxing 100% of the gain, it's not worth the stock. Peace out. Live long and prosper. Have a jolly good day. And God bless America.